Good morning, बच्चों. How are you? We are studying chapter D and F block elements. This is the last video of this chapter. In this chapter, we will discuss about the comparison between lanthanides and actinides and some important questions for board exams. Okay, see till last this video to get some important questions for board exams. Okay, first of all, we will discuss the similarities of lanthanides and actinides, as we have discussed already in videos of lanthanides and actinides. First of all, we have seen that the last electrons of lanthanides and actinides both enters in F subshell. So these are known as F block elements. The outermost three shells, n-2 means pre-penultimate, n-1 and means penultimate, and n means outermost. Three shells are incomplete in both lanthanides and actinides. Both the series means actinides and lanthanides show +3 oxidation state. Most common oxidation state is +3. Both lanthanides and actinides ions have magnetic properties and are colored in nature if there is unpaired electrons. If there is no any unpaired electron, that ions will be colorless. And F7 in actinide and lanthanide in both is colorless, because the energy required for F7 electronic coefficient to transit its electrons as FF transition is belongs to UV region, that can't be seen by our eyes. So these ions are also colorless. Okay, there is atomic radii contraction is present in both series. Lanthanide contraction and actinide contraction both occurs as same as in possible. Now both have high densities. Both are silvery white metals and becomes dull in air due to formation of oxides in lanthanides and actinides in both. Okay, they releases H2 gas with acids. Both lanthanides and actinides, when react with acid just like HCl, HNO3 or H2SO4, they form their corresponding salts and releases H2 gas. Both are electropositive, trivalent and very reactive metals. Okay, they give respective salts with non-metals like carbon, carbides are formed; with nitrogen, nitrides are formed; with sulfur, sulfides are formed; with halogen, halides are formed. In both in lanthanides and actinides also. These are the 10 similarities between lanthanides and actinides. Now we will discuss about their dissimilarities. The first electronic configuration comes from their general configuration. As we have discussed in lanthanides and actinides, the general configuration of lanthanides is 4F1 to 14. 5D0 to 1 and 6S2, while in actinides 5F0 to 1 to 14, 6D0 to 1, 7S2. So there is a first difference that in lanthanides the last electron enters in 4F, while in actinides the last electrons enters in 5F. Clear? The second difference is only PM is radioactive in lanthanides and other all the elements are stable, while in actinides all the actinides are radioactive. No any stable element is present. Okay, all the elements of lanthanides also natural. All the elements are natural, while in actinides till uranium the elements are natural, but after uranium all the elements are artificial, that are also known as transuranic elements. Okay, now next difference, oxidation states vary from +2 to +4. The most common oxidation state was +3, but according to electronic configuration F0, F7 and of F14. The oxidation state may be +2 or +4 also. So the oxidation state of lanthanides varies from +2 to +4. But in actinides, due to large size, as unpaired electron increases, highest oxidation state also increases. So the oxidation state of actinides vary from +2 to +7 also. Okay, next, the complex compounds are only formed with pi chelating ligands in lanthanoids, because lanthanides has less tendency to make complex compounds, while in actinides they are larger in size. So 5f orbitals are available to make coordinate bond, so they have very much tendency to make complex forms, not only with pi chelating ligand but also general cyanide, H2O, NH3 normal ligands. They can also form the complex compounds. Okay, next, in lanthanides we have discussed that lanthanides make two type of alloys. Okay, pyrophoric metals and mish metals, because the size of lanthanide is approximately equal to d block elements. Okay, but actinides are larger in size, so they don't make any type of alloy. No alloys are present of actinides. Lanthanide contraction is less, but actinide contraction is more. General cations are formed in actinides. Only general cations means +2, +3 or +4. Normal cations are formed. But in actinides, general cations are formed. But oxocations, it is the specialty, are also formed in high oxidation states of the actinide ions, like UO2 plus, there is its oxidation state is +5, NPO2 plus, okay, +5 also formed. Okay, this is oxocations only formed in actinides, not in lanthanides. The last difference of lanthanides and actinides is oxides are weak base while oxides are strong base. Lanthanides and actinides both are metals, so these are basic in nature, but actinides are of larger size other than lanthanides. As size increases, ionic character increases. As ionic character increases, basic nature also increases, as we have discussed already. So actinides are strong base, while lanthanide oxides are weak base. It is the comparison between the actinides and lanthanides. Now we will discuss about some important questions of board exams. Question number 1. Which element exhibit maximum or highest oxidation number in D block elements? These questions are in complete D and F block elements, not from D block or from F block. Complete D and F block element is covered in these. There are 25 questions. Okay, which is the answer? See in videos or in notes, in your notes. Okay, next question, which ion has highest magnetic moment in Fe+3, Cr+3 and V+3? You have to calculate the magnetic moment, and to calculate the magnetic moment you should know the number of unpaired electrons, and for unpaired electrons you should know the electronic configuration of these ions. Which ion has a more unpaired electron, magnetic moments also will be high. Next question, Zn is not assumed as transition metal. Why? We have discussed in video also. Next, explain Ti+4 is colorless. The aquatic solution of Ti+4 is colorless. Why? While Ti+3 is of violet color. What's the reason? You have to tell. Next, transition metals are very good catalysts. Why? What are transuranic elements? The compounds of scandium +3 are colorless. The same content is discussed in question number 4 and question number 7. The compounds of Sc plus 3 are colorless and Ati plus 4 also colorless. What do we mean by lanthanide contraction? Okay, what are alloys? Transition metals make many types of alloys. Why? What's the reason to make many alloys by the transition metals? What is mish metals? Give one example and use of mish metal. Okay, in lanthanides we have discussed about mish metals and pyrophoric metals. The atomic size of 4D and 5D series are almost same. Why? What's the reason for the same size of 4D and 5D series is? Okay. Next question. Cr plus 2m and Mn plus 4 both have same electronic configuration, but Cr plus 2 is reducing agent while Mn plus 4 is oxidizing agent. Why? It is also discussed in video. Give any 4 differences between lanthanides and actinides. What's the reason that Zn, Cd and Hg are very soft metals with very low melting points? Why? They are very soft in nature. Next question. Why is the atomic radii of the elements of 1D series almost same? Transition metals form colored compounds. Why? Transition metals form complex compounds. Why? Transition metals form interstitial compounds. Why? What are inner transition elements? Okay. Highest oxidation states are stable in oxides only. In lanthanides, actinides, and D block elements also. Explain it. Give the general electronic configuration of D block elements or F block element. Which method is used to separate lanthanides? Americium is stable oxidation. Americium plus 2 is very stable oxidation state than plus 3. Why? And the last question is gadolinium or neodymium belongs to which series? From D block, 4D, 5D series, or from 6D series, or 4F series, or 5F series. Which series? Give electronic configuration also. Students, just like this, the chapter 8 T and F block elements is finished with some important question. I hope that you can learn this chapter very easily. Thank you.